Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yuku G. What is that? Is that a goat? Ori, hello, hello. Welcome back, guys. Not gonna lie, I'm tired as shit today. How's everyone doing? You doing good? Hope everybody kind of had a good good trading day today. Nothing really happened, I think, for the entire day. All that really happened was what we just kind of ranged and then started pushing as we kind of called it a day, right? Nothing really happened, I think. It's all good. Let me just switch the other screen. Oh, and Johnny's here as well. Nice. Welcome back. Welcome back. Gonna be a pretty quick in and out again as well today. I have to get up really early tomorrow. Which is unfortunate, but it's right. This is a 15 candle? 20 pip 15 candle at 9, nearly 10 p.m. Huh, it's not bad. You can say there's some volume. Like this push was like 15 pips. About 15. Don't know where that came from. Ah. Guess this was FOMC then. FOMC minutes 703 it pushed. 701, 2, 3. How big was this push? That was 60 pips, 55. I see. Yeah, I think, where were we today? Today was just this, right? We kind of started off Wednesday around here. You started pushing up. Wait, no, you started pushing down first. Yeah, a little bit, and then you started pushing up. So this was today from around here. Which, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, nothing happened. You're just in this range, right? Like, you couldn't have taken this push, I don't think, because any given point, price, because this could just be liquidity for you to come down. Because you started consolidating here, I would have wanted more of a bottom wick before you started pushing up. But as it's pushed up, yeah, cool, it pushed. Nothing we can really do. You hit the top of the range. Again, like, not much you can do, right? Like, you're not really breaking. You did break out of this, but you're expecting a little bit more liquidity. Now you've broken this though, but this is at the kind of end of the day, FOMC minutes, right? If you do close above, and this was like New York session, yeah, I mean, looks pretty clean, but at the moment, yeah, not much you can really do. 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 Yeah, not mu Yeah, cool. I'm probably just gonna get started here, guys. So welcome back. We're gonna be doing a quick analysis. I'm shattered today, so I'm just gonna keep it brief. We don't have too many people, so if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. But yeah, let's get going here. Again, kind of same two lines for the entire month. You have tapped into this kind of area, so any given point you can start flipping, and if you do, completely fine, right? If you do start flipping, like can be anticipate that you're looking to drive up to the top of the range, which is around this 2075 sorts of areas. So like if that is what price wants to do, then that's what it's going to do, right? Like, because you've tapped to the bottom of the range, any given point, this could be the rejection, and you're just in this range, so you're going to just do this, right? Range up and down, right? So I don't know how long you're going to be here for, but obviously this is the monthly time frame, so a lot of time goes into each candle. Any given point, you can get a breakout this month, and because now you've tapped into this bottom of the range, if you do get a closure above, it should be pretty clean for you to just take buys to fill the rest of the range, right? But again, even though it is a monthly long candle, you have how many days left? You have Thursday, tomorrow, so you have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days left of February to trade. 6 trading days left, right? So is price going to be able to close above, so push all the way up to 2074, which is 500 odd pips, right? And then close above. So you're expecting a closure potentially, like, for actual buys to continue going up, probably around like 2080, right? 2082 sorts of areas for you to actually close above and stay there. So for price to do all of that, right, with the 6 days remaining, it's it's not impossible, but it's slightly more unlikely, and every day that passes it gets just a little bit more unlikely. But if it does, right, let's say at the very end of the day or of the month, you get that push, right? You get that push all the way up to 2080, 2090, then you close. What are you going to need? I'm going to need a top wick, right? The monthly needs to create a top wick for me. It needs to leave a top wick. So that means you're going to need to tap into maybe 2100 first. How likely is that, right? For you to come all the way up to here, which is 75 pips away, 750 pips away, then come back down for that bottom wick and also close bullish. So you're asking a lot from price. Obviously it can do that, but we're just going to react to if price does do that, and in that scenario, the buys continuing up would be very, very clean. But as you are currently still in this range, not much you can really do besides look at the smaller time frames, because you have tapped into your monthly kind of logical level, and also a level which you're expecting price to get tapped. So Yuku, can you recommend? Depends where you are. I think if you're in the US, I have no idea which brokers you can use. If you're anywhere else, I think you can use Blueberry, which is pretty good. I think that's what we use. So weekly, right? So weekly, I'm going to put my level at around here, which is fine. It doesn't really matter too much where this level is at, right? So essentially, you're just anywhere, from this level here all the way to here. That's the kind of level we're talking about, which, on the weekly, it's not the clearest, right? But any given point, right? Because, you're in this range overall where I put my line, any given point, you're just going to start filling back up and coming back down, filling up and coming down, right? You haven't really displayed a true sense of direction for these couple, last how many weeks, right? From here all the way, right? So it's from December. You've just kind of been ranging here, which, obviously ranging is fine. The only issue is if you're in this range for a very, very long time, you're expecting price to eventually break out, right? So whenever that does happen, we will be looking for if we have enough liquidity, if we're actually going to be continued to drive in that direction, and how overall price is reacting at those kind of levels, right? With the breakouts and so on. But that's to come. We obviously haven't closed below 2002. We haven't closed above 2074. So, on the weekly, there's not too much we can do. What we can say, though, is if we're looking at these last two candles, you did come and break all the lows, right? For the past, since December 18. And after that, right, you started, rejecting and then closing, respecting overall resistance at 2002. If you wanted to continue driving down, You probably could have, and as this next week was creating a bottom wick, you would have probably come down to fill the wick and continue down, but you didn't, right? You came down, you tapped this level once more, and now you're flipping bullish, right? Tomorrow is Thursday. You have 2 trading days left of this week. You have just broken, I think, the highs. Yep, you just rebroke the highs for this week, and you're coming up, right? I think you rebroke previous week's highs as well, or yeah, like just about, right? So in that case, we're probably expecting price to continue pushing up, right? But where is the liquidity that needs to be grabbed, right? On the weekly, it's showing you potentially have enough liquidity to continue, right? So weekly wise, I'm expecting price to continue up, right? Because it's closed at a resistance and you're flipping bullish at the moment. And now it's just about, on the daily, have we grabbed liquidity on the daily, right? So let's zoom into the daily chart. Say you have a level here. You also have a level, let's say here. You're now in a range between 2018 and 2030 for me in terms of the daily, and nothing has happened, right? You did re-break the high, but you're kind of still in this range. You rejected off of it, and now you've just kind of closed back into the range. So in terms of what actually happened, right, for the daily, I think you probably came down first and then came up, and now you're closing like this. So overall direction is kind of like this, came up, and like this is how you closed, right? So in that case, if this is the rejection, you're probably expecting, if price really wants to continue driving up, grab liquidity below this point, right? Break the previous lows, and as you start closing above, yes, you can look to take price back up. But the issue is now, what would be cleanest for me is probably a re-break of the daily lows and then a continuation up, right? And I'm looking at where price previously broke the lows and then started driving, right? I'm looking at this. I'm looking at these. I'm looking at this. And I'm also looking at this. So, overall, I would say these are the kind of areas where you tapped into and then you started closing, still within this range, but you tapped into further areas above, right? So kind of similar to this sort of area. So in this case, came up, tapped this range here, right? You tapped into this area. Perfect, right? In this case, either you just continue driving up or you came back down to tap this area before you're able to push way above, which is fantastic. In this case, you tapped in these areas, but like even this one here, right? This was a bearish motion, right? But you came down and tapped this area, retested these highs before you're able to come down. And then as you started to reject, you grab liquidity below before you're able to continue pushing up, right? In this case, again, similar things, right? So overall, I am expecting liquidity to get tapped. Where exactly, I can't tell just off of the daily, because your daily is currently just still in this range. If it does come down to break previous lows, right, I'm expecting it to, if I want to get buys to continue going past 2033. But the issue is, just based off the daily, I can't tell immediately. That's where the 4 hour comes in, right? The 4 hour and the hourly and so on. That's where they come in. But we'll see. So 4 hour, I'm looking at this as my support. 2023, which is pretty nice. And then you have a 2031, which again is also a very nice level. You've noticed in the past that when price comes, and ranges in these areas, right? You want to identify those ranges and then look at where price potentially wants to break out above and below, right? To grab liquidity wherever it wants to go, right? So just mark up these areas like this, right? You grab liquidity in these areas, and then you came up to these areas, right? In this case, you did grab some liquidity again below, right about here, right? You were, grabbing liquidity in this sort of area. I'd say you were ranging. You did grab further liquidity here, but you also tapped into here. This is less of a good example, I would say, because you're very bearish to come down. This is bullish, right? So actually what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of that. This is bullish. This is more bullish. In this case, you didn't really range here too much, but you did grab liquidity here before you were able to continue pushing up, right? So you had a fake out here. But I mean, it's looking like we're starting to form some levels, right? And this is what's interesting about price, because every time, you're in this sort of area, you're looking at 2 areas that need to get tapped before price does anything, before you get that higher time frame move, right? And then one of them is around here, 2037. The other one is down here, right? So approximately where this line is at 2018, right? So I'm expecting price to come down to either tap 2018 or come up to tap 2037 before you're going to see the daily have direction to continue pushing. And because you haven't tapped into those areas yet, you don't really have liquidity on the higher time frame to do anything, right? But once you do, and you will eventually, right? Because price is never going to it's not going to just stay in this box forever, right? Price is going to continue to move. So whenever you do tap these levels, right, then that's when I'm going to be looking at the higher time frames to kind of guide where price wants to go. I'm going to move this. Actually, this is fine here. So yeah, cool. So if that's what I'm looking for, then yeah, fantastic. I might actually move this a little bit lower. I'd like to get this down here. Just because this is your next bottom of the range, right? Looking at this. It's looking like, you did print this bottom wick. Now you've closed back into this range. High chance what could happen is something that looks like this. Where's my annotations? Here we are. What you could see is a pretty nice, if this was, New York or whatever, this would have been really, really clean. Ah, fuck off, Don. I need to get an actual setup. Bro, I'm gonna buy a PC for my new house and then I'll have a cam. But yeah, this is what you can probably expect, right? If you want to come up to tap the top of the range, right, this is probably what you can expect. Because you have this bottom wick here, right? You have this bottom wick, which is, potentially liquidity because you've closed back into the range. So as your 4 hour is next opening up, maybe for Asian, what I'd like to see, obviously, there's low volume, right? So potentially something that looks like this, where you get a bearish closure respecting, not much of a bottom wick, something like this. And then your next candle, if it can, come down first, right? Break the lows, start flipping up, and then we'll look to take advantage of the range between here and here. So that's what you can probably look to take. The only issue, right, is you have a daily opening, right? You also have price ranging in this area for the past day or two, kind of, right? So if you are grabbing liquidity and it's only coming up to these areas, you're only able to fill this range up to 2031. You won't be able to play the ranges above 2031 to 2037. Why? Because this is not liquidity. This is not enough liquidity for you to push above and start tapping into those areas, right? And we identified previously, you probably need to come down to some of these areas before you're able to do that, right? So in that case, right, my TP is not going to be at 2037. My full TP is going to be at 2031. Right, because I don't want to leave a TP there if I know I'm definitely not going to catch that, right? And there's no chance of price really pushing up that the percentage chance for price to push past 2031 to 2037 is low. So I'm likely going to be closing full at 2031 if that is my overall analysis and my plan. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking for if you're looking to trade. If this was a higher volume session, what you could potentially anticipate was the actual just direct fill of the range, right? That would have been relatively clean because you did break the lows. But the longer this draws out, right, you're still going to get a range fill. It's likely because you're, number one, bullish, grab liquidity, close your back into the range. It's pretty good, right? The only issue now is I don't know, right, if the daily is going to come down first or if it's going to come up first. If the daily comes up first, high chance you're not going to be able to get any trades because the daily is going to look like this, right? No bottom wick. And if that's the case, cool. That's filled the entire range. Nothing we can do. And even if you then get a closure above, I can't take anything until price confirms to me that this is it for the daily, right? The daily doesn't want to drive down. There's not going to be a bottom wick. Because any given moment, right, you can come down and just start driving down. So what I'm going to need for me to continue taking those buys is a break of the daily lows to continue going up, right? And then what we'll look to take is this, to continue up to 2037, and that's going to be my full TP there. And in this case, right, because you've got this breakout, I'm only looking for liquidity here. If you don't get the breakout and you're getting something like this, right, what I'll look for is price probably to come down after rejecting, and then looking to potentially grab some liquidity on a fake out, right? So something that looks like this. And as you close back above, clean traffic to 2037. That would be beautiful, right? Because you're understanding, right, that here, you're if you want it to come down, you're creating that daily bottom wick. So cool. Daily can push down. We're not going to be looking for sells immediately, right? Because why? The daily is closing so bullish, right? If you just scroll to the daily, your daily has been bullish for so many days, right? You have a wick to fill. You have broken the most recent highs. So there's a high chance price can just continue going up. The only issue is, right, it needs liquidity. So if we identified some area around here as liquidity, right, it doesn't have to be exactly this area, right? It can just be anywhere, below this candle, hopefully, right? But as you break this low, and then start closing back to this range, similar idea to what's happening now, right here. You could potentially look for some of the flips of this candle once it kind of closes back into the range above 2023, but that's slightly higher risk. And what I'll need to see is probably a steeper bottom wick here, right? Because at this point, this could be the fake out to continue going down. So I'll need to see that. And if I want to get buys, right, high chance it's going to be buys above here. Man, drawing candles is actually quite difficult, man. I feel like once they changed how Zoom worked, it's got a lot more annoying. But I don't think I think I still have the older version or something, and it doesn't actually appear as like boxes, so it's right. Oh yeah, we took a trade with you, Don. When was it? I was at dinner, man. But we took it like not too. I think it was after FOMC. So it was this push, right? You were anticipating the flip to go up. What was your TP? 2030 to something? Yeah, pretty clean, pretty clean. But that's what I'm looking for. If we're looking at, specific areas for price, like the hourly, you do have some level around here as well. So if you are respecting overall here, probably wait for a breakout above, liquidity below some of these candles. Something that looks like thing is with this closure like this, it's really disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. It's really disgusting. There's a very low chance that price is going to continue pushing off of this candle just based off of how it looks, right? High chance you may get something that looks like this continue down. But that's also completely fine because that means daily's going to come down first as you then close back above, right? I'm going to need a bottom wick and then a re-break of the highs to continue. But this, we typically see quite a lot of this, and it's just like an indication of there's not much volume of price going anywhere. And also you've closed respecting this level still. So like it's difficult to just get into a buy even if it does close above like this. So it's difficult. Based of, break of high news. Yeah, I think it's a pretty clean move. I didn't know there was FOMC. I completely forgot, man. But yeah, like, what was it? You came down, you broke all the lows, and you broke some of the highs, right? Yeah, pretty clean. Pretty clean. Yeah, I mean 1 hour and 4 hours looking pretty nice as in terms of like giving you structure and levels. Your 1 hour is really clean, right? It's respecting certain levels. It's come down, faked out, come back up. So the fill of this range is likely. You're going to need a little bit more liquidity. Your 4 hour is also clean, expecting this to push up. So 4 hour and 1 hour are aligned pretty well. Daily's also aligned well. I just need a bottom wick. 30 and such, again, also kind of that bottom wick, which will be the hourly bottom wick. So it's looking good, right? If this was a volume session, I'd be hunting. I'd be hunting, looking for potential positions, looking for those bottom wicks to continue going up. But it is not a volume session, and we have probably the lowest amount of volume that you will experience in the entire day. So, not much. Oh, Don, you can be mod. I can mod you. You are now a managing moderator, if he's still here. Congratulations, everyone. Let's clap it up for DonVo. The man, the myth, the legend. But yeah, that's basically the analysis, guys. Again, just to recap, we're looking at these two. All right, to 2037, we're looking at this. 2016, 2018 sorts of areas to get tapped. These two are kind of our liquidity areas, right? If price, comes, just continues to range here and then starts coming down for the daily and then starts closing above, cool. You have pretty clean direction. And this part of the move is much more guaranteed than anything else, right? And that's what we want to trade. And we don't want to really care about too much that's going on here because This is the liquidity move, right? Like any given point during this pushback up, you could just come straight down, right? Because you're printing some bear structure, you broke some lows, right? So what's the most confirmed setup to take is to re-break the highs after the liquidity, right? And after that, this between 2031 and 2037, which is like 60 pips, very, very nice to trade, I would say. And again, also, if you're looking for sells, right, you can look for sells as well, obviously. So if price range is here, comes up, breaks the highs, comes down, does that, you also have really nice room to trade, right? Like between 2023 and 2016. So that's, again, kind of 60, 70 pips, 60 pips, right? So yeah, very, very nice kind of ranges to trade above and below. I would say you have ranged here for quite a while. So yeah, the move should happen maybe tomorrow. Do we have news tomorrow? Let me just check. Hello, how important is it to learn the different types of candles, like bullish, engulfing, doji candles? I think if you understand what each candle means in terms of how it's closing, why it's closing like that, what does it kind of relate to on the higher time frame or on the lower time frame? For example, your 4 hour closed above, but did your 1 hour close above, right? And what confirmations are you looking for on each time frame? And how does that relate to your daily or your bigger picture, right? All of those kind of need to make sense instead of just looking at like, oh yeah, you have a bullish engulfing setup that's kind of forming at the moment. Like, cool, that could be happening on multiple different time frames, right? And if it's happening, say on the 15, and then your overall hourly, 4 hour, everything is lining up as well, then that's an indication that price could be heading in that direction. But like again, it is important to learn how candles move, how price actually moves, but I don't really know too much about like bullish engulfing or whatever, like the teacup whatever it is, right? um but yeah, essentially just read candlesticks. But I mean, you mentioned doji candles, right? Doji candles is a candlestick, right? So being able to understand what doji means, where the doji candle is, no top wicks, no bottom wicks, all of that. But yeah, so tomorrow is why am I on the 20? Oh, why am I on next week? Jesus, this week, 22nd. I'm not trading tomorrow. I'm at work tomorrow. I have a full day. You have unemployment claims. Whoa, okay. And you have double news, double red folders. Jesus, okay. Should have a pretty volatile day. What are they expecting? This is greater, less than, so is bad for currency, good for gold. So that's good. Oh, Wix is here. Wix needs a wrench. There we go. Ah, all the goats have wrenches now. And then flash services, we're expecting, this is ever so slightly lower. This is going to be bad for currency again. So good for gold. So gold technically looking to push up, right? So in that case, hopefully the daily can come down first. I think, in terms of Asian session as well, we're probably looking for gold to come down first. And if you start flipping, breaking the 4 hour highs, that'd be pretty clean to continue going up. But yeah, if you can kind of continue ranging between here and here for your kind of pre-Asian, like when market opens, does something like this, comes down, breaks these lows here, comes up, probably look for something like this to continue up to fill the range, right? Because you also spot this, which no top wick on this 30-minute means there's a high chance that price will come back up to kind of create that top wick if it wants to come down. So it means that you have pretty clean range from here to here, 30 pip range. So just see how you can take advantage of that. But yeah, that is the overall analysis, I would say. Pretty straightforward. Price is pretty clean today. But yeah, let's get some zoom, boys. So, how you doing?
Yeah, all right. Yo,
DVS. Yo, yo, yo.
currently in some sales right now, but I missed my exit like 3 times, so it's kind of just all my
What?
fault. Like,
Where did you selling
bad.
from?
My entry was like going to 30.
I'm on the 30.
Oh, I'm tripping. My message was. I think it was. I think it was this 30 candle.
Oh, okay.
So I got a chance to get out here, and then I missed that, and then I don't know what I was doing, and I missed all these times to exit,
Mm.
and price is just. But I think I'm just gonna exit at break even whenever it comes down.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of structure, it's not looking great. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. If
Mm.
the daily would have closed like more doji,
Thing is, you would have want this
well,
4 hour to close below.
why do you need 2037? Why do you need that high to get broken? Like,
So I'm expecting that to get tapped just based on the four, right? Every time you've been in this range, here, here, right? You've come down to tap this area and this area as kind of liquidity points before you're able to move. So in this case, right, you came up from these areas, right? You tapped into here and you made a decision, right? In this case, you were bullish coming up kind of from below, right? You came up, you already tapped this area, right? So I'm expecting this to get tapped eventually, even this, right? But if you want to come down first and then come back up, that's fine as well. It's just I don't know which one is going to be like, because for example, if it taps into 2037 first and then starts closing back below 2023, you can get some sells down, right? Because you're expecting this to get tapped if you are going to close back below. But if you are like, because currently we're bullish to go up, you have this 4 hour fake out. Filling this range is probably relatively straightforward for price now. If you get a breakout, right, expecting some liquidity, but I'm also expecting your next range to get filled. Like, look at this. All of these times where you were in this range previously below, tapped into these areas to grab liquidity, 2013, so around these areas, right? Came up, started closing above, grab liquidity again. So this could be the liquidity point, right, for you to start retesting those highs. So that's why I'm expecting this to get tapped eventually, either this or this. But because you're bullish, I think the chance of you tapping 2037 is quite high.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave my stops like here and then try to exit the trade at break even.
Well, I mean, your stops. I mean, even if they are here, yeah, it's a difficult one. The main thing is your 4 hours vary against you. Um, yeah. Thing is, what you're hoping for, I guess, in that case, is potentially price needs to grab more liquidity before you're able to come down. You may be able to exit on the smaller time frame. So, for example, because if we look at the 4 hour, right, it's still bullish to go up, right? So it's difficult. But on your hourly, potentially this just shows that you don't have too much volume to continue going up. You don't have enough liquidity. You may see a break of these lows, and that could be your exit point. But I wouldn't be holding this until, right? The only way you can continue to hold these cells is if you hold it past, I would say, like this couldn't be, I wouldn't say this is your stop. Your stop would have to be up here if you want to continue holding.
You
Like,
know, I think I just kind of want to close the trade because I feel like I managed it wrong by missing out on my exit.
Were you just not watching the chart?
Yeah, I had got home right like 30 minutes before the FOC mini minutes, and then I like laid down to take a little nap, or not even like just lay down on my bed, and I was on my phone, and I fell asleep, and I woke up 5 minutes
ah,
later,
shit.
and I checked my phone, and Don sent the signal, and it was a bot. I was like, oh fuck, and I checked the chart, and it's my exit. I was like, oh fuck.
It's whenever I like I'm in something and I can't watch it, I'll set it to like trail stops, so like 10 pips or something.
You can do that?
Yeah, I was up. I don't know how much was I up to
Yeah.
like during use like at least 15 pips. I missed out on.
Yeah, but
And then
also,
it will just like magic a stop loss onto your screen when you get to 10 pips.
ah, okay. That's pretty cool. I might try that. But yeah, I mean, Jake, where was your TP? I would have imagined your TP is probably around
It
like
was at my TP was at
2020.
2018 95.
So at like the bottom of this range. Honestly, I would have put your TP like probably somewhere here.
Mm.
These liquidity points here. I mean, yeah, like
Okay.
2018 probably was okay. Well, obviously hindsight 2020, right? But this,
My break even is all my break evens got tapped though. Like I don't know, they was just a bad trade. Like I
it's just
took
you
the
didn't
trade
manage
off.
it.
I took the trade off my computer and then I left, and then I just didn't manage it. Yeah.
You just yeah, it's just you didn't manage it. I mean, there's not much else really besides that.
Which is bad though. I should have just like it's just because I feel like it was a trade that it was already late too. Like I didn't need to take the trade.
Because Don got
Like
on
if
a
it picked
buy
up.
here, I think. And then we moved stops to break even sometime like somewhere around like this. Once this rebroke the highs, probably. I think we moved. Yeah, somewhere around that. But
Did
yeah.
you say though that if this daily would have closed bearish, that you wouldn't have needed to broke the daily
No, so
highs on the next day?
obviously a bullish closure is going to be preferred anyways. Because you can say on your daily potentially you have some like I don't know minor levels here or like here and you're closing above that, but the only issue is like you've still respected your overall stronger daily support, which is at 2031, and because of that and like how the daily closed with this rejection, it's showing that there's a higher chance that you're gonna come down first as part of the move, right? Because if you're doing this coming up rejecting coming down to here, what is the next candle gonna do, right? It's probably gonna create a bottom wick first, come up if you want to break the highs and do whatever. So if this is your next candle, right, then you're expecting a bottom wick first, and you just don't know where that bottom wick is. And if for me to take buys to continue going up, sure, I'm going to need to see like a rebreak of some of these lows, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm definitely going to get that. And with the way the 4 hour closed, what you could get first is this, like, could get this to come up first and then come down. And again, if this comes up, I don't know how far this could come up, right? I'm expecting a fill of the range, but how much further beyond that to grab liquidity to come down, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no predicting how the next kind of candles are gonna. The Wix has a wrench. Wix just isn't here anymore, I think. They're both managing moderators, so they can really fuck me up. They can ban everyone here, and I'll have no viewers.
Um, oh yeah, and then when the daily had flipped, I think it was this candle here. I took that trade, but then I moved my stuff to break even once we made this low on the
Wasn't that
30.
like a 30 no bottom wick? Yeah, right?
But the 30 made the bottom wick or like I was just looking at the daily when I entered the sell. Like I took it off the flip on the daily.
Wait, surely this. Oh, okay, you took it off the daily, but this is an hourly no bottom wick as well. That was when we ended the stream.
It was while we were on Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I literally said it on the stream, and I
No,
was like, yeah, no
yeah, you
trades.
literally said it, and I was in the trade, and then I watched. But the thing, I was watching the trade, and then when you said that it had hourly no bottom wick, I looked at it and I was like, oh fuck. And then I watched it come back, and then it made a high, and then it came back down, made a low, and then I moved my stops to break even, and I got tapped out at break even.
Yeah, fair. Thing is, it's just 50-50, right? No bottom wick, any given point just can drive up. But you did have quite a nice top wick for this. Yeah, I was looking for sells once you broke this low, but the issue is you had no top wick for these. Like this structure, I think we've spoken about a couple times here. But the issue is like you're just in the middle of a range. If this was like outside here, then you get a closure back into the range as like a fake out, this would have been clean to come down. Yeah. Why can't you donate? I don't know. Have I just disabled donations? Probably. Oh, maybe because I haven't set up like some of the monetization stuff. Man, I have no time, man. I wish I could. I wish somebody could manage my YouTube for me.
Further, it probably takes like 5 minutes.
Bro, I wish I had 5 minutes, man. Yesterday after work, I had to travel to go to a 4 hour meeting.
What the
And then I
fuck?
came home and then I was like, okay, yeah, like it was like 12:30 at that point, and then I had to like obviously get ready for bed or whatever. And then today, like right after work, I had a dinner, and I came back and I was like, okay, yeah, I should probably stream. So like 5 minutes is still a luxury, man.
At least you stay busy.
Yeah, that's why like I'm probably not
I
gonna
like being
stream
busy.
some
Just
days.
yeah, I feel like it's better to be busy than to not be.
Yeah, man, exactly. Like Eddie, like I haven't even. I think, well, I've gone to the gym once this week, but that's the thing. Like I want to go more, but even though the gym is like what, it's like a 5 minute walk away from me. It's pretty close, man. But like, I will eventually though. I'll get when I move into my new place, I should have more time because I can use money to buy more time.
Oh, by the way, for the spreadsheet, how do I do it if I like make deposits for the current balance?
So I don't think there's like a good way to do it. Essentially,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, there's no good way because it's done all automatically. What you could do is potentially in your starting balance just add the value on top of that,
Mm-hmm.
and that could be how you're doing it. But yeah, like there is no good way to do that at the moment.
Oh, add how much I've deposited or add it to my
Into the
starting
starting
balance.
balance, yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, that should work then, right?
yeah, it should round that up to the.
Well, it'll throw off some of the percentages.
It will, yeah, the percentages will be
But
off, but
pip wise, it'll be the same.
pip and val like and money wise, it should be the same, so you should be good. Yeah, man, Eddie, just grind, Sigma grind set. That's what we will live for. I completely forgot about donations until you mentioned donations. Jesus. Also, we had that one guy who I don't think ever showed up again, unless he did, and just
Oh, that guy.
that one guy who no, not that guy. There's another guy who's a member of my YouTube.
Oh,
Like he was the first ever member, and then I was like, okay, cool. And then like, I don't think I've heard from him ever again.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like I think I have like 2 tiers or something, or like 3 tiers on the YouTube because they wanted me to set that up in terms like for monetization as well, because I passed like 3,000 hours or whatever in terms of like watch time, and then after that, like one guy bought like the middle tier, which is like I think like a monthly thing. I'm not getting any money from YouTube yet because I haven't set that up yet. But
I
like,
mean, I don't see your tiers anymore.
are you on a laptop?
Compute, desktop.
Yeah, I think you should. I mean, if you go to my page, surely? No, no way, right?
I don't see it on the page. Am I going insane? Yeah, the join button's gone.
Oh, the join button is gone.
Which
That's
is
probably
how you get to
because my issue, yeah. Oh, I can't really view it from myself, but like membership, right?
Yeah, when I click on Wix's channel, there's a join button, and Ollie's
Yeah,
is not.
that's the thing. I haven't set up so many things. Like, oh, there's so many things I need to do. Because I set this up when, like, January 1st or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend some time. I'll look into it. I have no idea how to do it, anyways, though. They're gonna take taxes from the $3 donations that I get, and I'm gonna get what $2.50, like $2 or something. I love it.
I think you have to get like 300 and go up before they give you a payout or something.
Oh really? Well, that's
Yeah,
so
I'm
shit.
sure.
I'm never gonna get there. I swear.
Not with that mindset.
That's true. That is a good point. Right, this is a donation only stream, guys. All you need is 100 people to donate, you'll be able to buy. Yeah, man, I don't think I'm gonna buy any more challenges. I just don't. Like after trying that most recent company with the fucking
Nova.
yeah, like 7 pips standard kind of slippage. It's just not like it's not okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna trade alive. Because I've got a job as well. I don't really need to use it to. The only reason I would go for a funded is trying to make money, right? But if I'm just relaxing and just learning the skill anyways, I think I'll just chill out for a bit. Not in desperate need for money. Obviously, money is good to have. That's why we all FOMO, right? But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stay till market open, guys. Probably staying for another 3 minutes till 10:30. Any last questions?
Nope.
We can
We're
look at
gonna
some.
be in March, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's like February was just fucking gone. Don't know, man.
I thought it was just Valentine's Day. Now it's already like it's over.
Jesus, man, like,
I've
yo,
had so few trades this month.
is this
It feels
GJ?
like there's no trading days. Like it's already over.
Let's have a look at GJ. Your monthly is re-breaking the highs. I feel like that was the monthly situation a while ago. I guess. Oh, your monthly has no bottom wick. Oh, sorry, this is your weekly. Your weekly no bottom wick. But it's just Thursday.
That looks so weird. This looks like it's gonna reject.
But yeah, like, I don't like this. Like how did your chart do this? Like what? Yeah, man, I'm not a fan. Oh, but this is FX. Yeah, okay. So if we do Oanda, it should be better.
Maybe like some crazy news event come out or something.
Oh, hey Tom, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing better now that you're here.
Oh, perfect. A little bit late, finished work, but I'd catch the end of it.
It's all good. Oh, so you have a bottom wick for this week? Gee, like what the fuck? Get rid of this. This is absolutely shit.
Big news.
I feel like everybody's traded USD JPY.
I just had a look because like I think my parents are in that trade. So I was like,
wait, what?
yeah. No, well, not like in an actual like trade. They don't scalp, but I'm like helping them do some analysis based off of it. Like just off of the monthly, I think how it looked with this previous monthly having no bottom wick. I was like, yeah, you know, if this does flip, you probably clean to fill down to the range towards at least the wick fill at 137, right? But the issue is you need to flip, and if you don't flip, it's fucked. And you have a top of the range here, so if you do close above, right, you're obviously gone. And this would be a fake out for you to continue going up. And yeah, so this happened, and so we'll see where it goes. Oh no, not that. I want G. How do I add this?
You flag it, right?
I just flag it here, right? Wait, not this. Is it this?
Flag it.
Is it a little plus thing at the top?
Oh, this. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, monthly retesting, weekly. Weekly has a bottom wick. That's the thing. And you did close above most recent last week. I mean, there's no reason for you to not fucking drive. I'd like it to close above here. Overall. That would be very nice if it does. On the weekly. Anywhere above these areas.
Choosing levels based off 2003 numbers.
But like, yo, like what is this, man? Like you have come down, you've grabbed the liquidity past this area, you've closed back up, no top wick on your daily. That's disgusting, man. Is there any? Oh, yeah, there is data. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty strong level. Like, either this or below, but like now that prices kind of come up to that area, I'm expecting if you do want to push, you're gonna have to close above 189.9. Jesus, the yen is so bad. It's so weak at the moment.
They're talking about taking the interest rate off 0 there.
Ah, okay.
Or negative, which
Yeah,
should
yeah.
make it come down.
Technically, probably a good time to buy just in general the yen. No, sell the yen.
But I mean, if they've been talking about it and then say they're not going to do it, it's just going to shoot up.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. There's no top wicks and bottom wicks.
Yeah, but it's 2003.
But bro, like, there's no other data. How does Cam trade this shit? Like, what? Well, he just looks at this. Is that all the data he looks at? I mean, fine. Oh wow. But yeah, 4 hour. What's that looking like? Thing is, you just need to look left. There's no other. Like 4 hour. Pretty strong resistance here. Next top of the range of 1, 2, kind of 3 around here. Okay, I mean, if that's what you're playing with. You did grab liquidity around these areas last time, and then you grab more liquidity as you're closing back above here. Plus above 190 already, so not yet. Liquidity areas. Let's have a look at what they are. Yeah, so maybe like a break of some of the lows. Your daily, no top wick, right? I mean, if it drives, it drives. You can maybe look for closures above 190, but I'm gonna need bottom wicks, man. Like, it's not clean, not that clean. I thought it was clean. It wasn't that clean. Yeah, cool. I'm probably gonna end it around here, guys. I think can I make it tomorrow? I've got a work event. I've got like a work breakfast, then I have a whole day work event, then I have a social after. So I'll see. I'll let you guys know.
Alright.
But yeah, cool. Cheers for joining up, guys. Yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Yeah,
See you
cheers,
later.
guys. Cheers, guys. Yeah, for everybody on the YouTube, thanks for joining up. We did a pretty clean breakdown of gold. I'm not gonna lie. Like a 8.5 out of 10, I would say, in terms of analysis and how clean gold is currently looking for potential buys, and how these two levels need to get tapped before anything really happens. But right, obviously, as time goes on, as more candles print, you'll get more information. You'll also need different confirmations to continue going up or down. So do your analysis, once in a while. Just use this as like a reference point. But yeah, thanks for joining up, and we will see you potentially tomorrow. If not, it will be Sunday. I think I am coming back late on Sunday night, so I will see. I'll let you guys know though. But yes, for the continuing weeks, Wednesday and Tuesday may not be streaming days anymore, just because there's a lot of other stuff I'm doing at the moment. So I'll let you guys know. It'll be more ad hoc and more random, but I'll try to get on, and I'll try to let you guys know when I'm getting on, or you'll just see I'm live, and then you can just jump on the stream anyways. But yeah, thanks for joining up, and if I don't speak to you guys, have a good weekend, right? And if you are, in the US or in the kind of North America region, have a good rest of your day. Peace. And tune up to go to Wix's stream right after this for Asian session. And after that, you have the entire 24-hour DVS train. But yeah, have a good rest of your evening, guys, and I will see you guys soon. Peace, peace, peace.